Hi guys, Greg here. Well, today I thought I'd show you how I like to make my avocado dip. And you're probably saying, Greg, what's the difference between avocado dip and a guacamole? Well, the difference is about 4 ingredients, and it's a little bit easier to make, and the kids will eat this. But this recipe is really simple and easy. It's only got 4 ingredients, so let's start making it. So for this, all you're going to need is a tomato. You say tomato, I say tomato. A clove of garlic, a lime. Actually, you only need half a lime. And a couple of nice ripe avocados. Now make sure your avocados are ripe, because if they're not, then this recipe is not going to work. Alright, so for starters, grab yourself a bowl, because you will need this to mix this all in. And grab your avo, and we'll slice it down the middle. Rotate it, twist it, and boof! Knife in. Oh, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Bit harder. There we go. The only trouble is trying to get this off now without slicing off your fingers. Oh, God. I'll just grab a spoon. Woof! Man, these avocados are huge. Maybe I'll only need one. Who am I kidding? I'll finish this off in about 3 minutes flat. So 2 avocados it is. Be careful though, how do you even do this? Man, they're good avocados. So now grab a clove of garlic. And we'll just crush that in. Now you don't want to use too much garlic in this, because a little goes a long way. And especially if you've got a date that night, then you might not want to use it, but you have to in this recipe because it makes it taste so good. Now grab your tomato and we'll cut that in half. Now I'll get a bowl and I'll just scrape out all this like seedy bits, because they're a bit too liquidy, and we don't want all that liquid from the seedy part of the tomato going in and turning this into an avocado soup. That's an avocado soup, Greg, not a. Get your pronouns goodlier. Now with these seeds, of course, just go and throw them in your garden, and then you'll start growing your own tomatoes, and you'll save about $400 a year in buying tomatoes. That's about how much I spend on them. And thanks to my Patreons for helping me buy them. Good on you, fellas. So now I just want to cut these into little cubes. Be careful, okay? If you're a kid and you're not very good with knife skills, get an adult to do this. Or if you're a really clumsy adult, you might want to get one of your kids to do it for you. And it'll help train them up so they can do all the cooking later on in life, and you can just sit on the couch and relax. Okay, so now out of the way tomatoes, or as we call them in Australia, tomatoes. Because before I add the tomatoes in, I just need to crush this up, just with a fork. Or you can use your fists if you like. Probably won't turn out as well if you do that, but hey. I'm sure if you grabbed it in your hand and squeezed it and then it all came out between your knuckles, that could work as well. But I just find using a fork the easiest option. You could use a potato masher, I guess, but geez, I wouldn't. So that's got a nice consistency happening. So now let's add in the tomatoes, or as we call them here in Australia, tomatoes. All right, so now it's time to grab your lime. You can like crush it a bit first to make sure that the juice is all loose inside, but I'm not going to, even though I just did. We just need the juice of about half a lime, and we'll just squeeze that into here. That's about 2 tablespoons worth of lime juice there. And with the leftover other half of lime you've got, well, I think a vodka lime and soda sounds pretty good about now. Now, whenever I'm using tomatoes, I always like just to add a bit of salt over the top of them, because salt and tomatoes just goes together like pizza and football. And now we just need to gently mix all this through together. Combine all those delicious flavors. And boof, that's done. How easy was that? Too easy, mate, but it's not about how easy it is, even though it is. It's also about the taste. So how about we dive on in, give it a bit of a taste test. Well, I'm not going to serve it up like that now, am I? I mean, I am slightly couth. So I've got this beautiful bowl here that I found in a dumpster. It still works fine. Some people will throw anything away. So we'll fill this up. And there you have it. A simple, easy, quick, delicious avocado dip. Of course, you're not going to just serve it like that now, are you? You need to eat it with something. Some corn chips. Ooh, yeah. Alrighty, well, there's that avocado dip I just whipped up. How easy was it? Pretty easy, huh? Let's see what it's like. Ooh, nice and smooth on the dip. That hint of garlic in there really adds the flavour. The lime juice gives it that citrusy tang and bite as it hits your tongue. And it stops it from going brown too quick. The tomatoes add a juiciness about it. This will definitely be something the whole family can eat. Even old grandpa with the irritated bowel. Well, I hope you enjoy the avocado dip, and if you do make it, I'd love to know what you thought about yours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next recipe right here on Greg's Kitchen. Hasta la próxima tiempo. Si, senor. Oh yeah, this is Greg's Kitchen, where today I made a 4-ingredient avocado dip. It hasn't got any chili, so the kids and grandpa can eat it too.